Hi everyone, my name is Mashanta and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to take you through a makeup look, a tutorial of sorts. It's inspired by the very demure, very mindful trend. While I don't believe that anybody should be demure or mindful, but I thought it would be a fun trend to take inspiration from. And obviously, I want to put an Indian twist to it. Demure and mindful in quotes, okay? Just for the record, I don't believe anyone has to be demure and mindful. I know I definitely am not. Here I am completely barefaced. I've just done my skincare, so it's pretty hydrated. My makeup kit with me, and isn't this so cute? And I love that it's actually matching my outfit. I feel everything is very demure and mindful and graceful. Starting off with the eyes as always. You can see I have a bit of pigmentation on my eyes, so I like to go in with some sort of concealer on my eyelids to use as an eye primer. If you have an eye primer already, you don't need a concealer, but I don't have an eye primer on hand, so I'm just using my concealer as an eye primer. This, by the way, is the Tower 28 Serum Concealer, and this is in the shade Pali. I really like this concealer for how lightweight it is, and it really sinks into the skin. So I'm just using my fingers and spreading the concealer out. As it spreads, you can see that it looks a bit yellow, but as it sinks into the skin, I feel like it blends really well, so I'm not too worried. But if I'm honest, I do find that this shade is a bit yellow, and I did go in store and get this shade out. It's just that anything else was too olive or too red, so I don't know. If you have used Tower 28 and if you're in and around my skin tone and you have other suggestions, please let me know. And I did take the help of the store associate as well. But you know, once it's blended out, you can see it works really well. And if you notice, I'm using more or less tapping motions, and I'm trying not to use swiping motions as far as possible. And there you go. That is the concealer on my eyes, so my eyelids are primed. Now time for eyeshadow. I have this beautiful eyeshadow palette. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. And can you please tell me why I haven't used this palette at all? I bought this a while ago. I've always saved it for a special occasion, which has never happened. I really like the neutrality of these shades. Not very dark skin friendly. I know a lot of these shades would work on me, but if your skin tone is richer than mine, then this, you might find it a bit difficult to work with these shades. I'm going to try this baby pink, this set of baby pink here. I think it's called Day, and see how that works on me. And if that's not coming up on my skin tone, then I might go in for the deeper shades of Date and Dream. Like these are Date and Dream and this is Day and Dusk. But because we are trying to be demure and not too attention seeking, I think the lighter colors would work better. It is visible, so I can work with this. That was nice. Very simple. These mattes really blend quite beautifully. I don't even require a brush to blend this out. I'm using this shade, by the way, this specific shade, this almost pale pink, baby pink color. This is a Pro Art P03 blending brush. I'm just blending out the edges for like a clean edge, you know. Now you can stop here, but I do want to add a bit of shimmer. So I'm going to go in with this middle shade, this similar shimmer shade, and just add it to the middle of my eyelids, you know. That gives it a nice lightness, a nice touch. And then going in with a blending brush. I think now I need a fluffier brush. This is the Sigma Large Shader brush. It's called E60. And this is how this shadow looks. Very pretty. And then just pop it in the middle here. It's a very subtle shimmer, which is why I used the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow formulas in the first place. And then just brush it a bit. So that, like, it's like a barely there look, but it does have, there is some color, which is great. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye and come back. So I've done both my eyes. Let me try to get you in a bit closer. Okay, that's close enough. And I really like the shimmer in this because it really literally glides on the eyeshadow. It's very pretty. And the way it literally glides on the eye. It's a very subtle shimmer, and when it's spread out, it looks very pretty. It's like a really slight subtle shimmer. I hope this zooming in is helpful because then you can see exactly what I'm doing to my eyes, you know. Now I really like this. Now I'm confused whether it needs a liner or kajal. I think let me go for kajal and mascara. I feel the liner can get a little non-demure, right? I have this Faces Canada. Sorry, I don't know why it's not focusing. This is the Faces Canada Magnetized Kajal. It's in black. I don't know how to do it without using both my hands, but I will try.
I wanna turn my phone off, but that's where all my friends are. What do I do?
Wow, look at the instant difference between this eye and this eye just with kajal. It's amazing. You don't have to be very precise, so a little getting smudged is okay. And then just doing the other eye. I'm looking down because I have the mirror here, yeah? I don't want to use the viewfinder.
Why is it so hard to find someone new so far?
Wow. Yeah, I think just going with kajal was a good call. You know, I wish I knew how to put the kajal on my upper lid, but I am too terrified. I haven't learned that yet. And so obviously if I could, I would have put it on the upper eye as well, but I don't know how to. Next, on for mascara, I have this Charlotte Tilbury. It's not work. I think it does. The focus doesn't work when I'm zoomed in. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Push Up Lashes Mascara. You've seen me talk about this quite a bit before. And I really like this mascara. I think this wand is perfect for my eye size and shape. So just going in as per usual. Oh no. So just be careful. So I like to go this way first. So you coat the top of your lashes and then you go bottom to top. And when you're going on top, you give this a little wiggle. For the true lengthening effect and separation effect, you need to go multiple times. So you need to be a bit patient with your mascara. I mean, it depends on the look that you like. I really don't like spiky lashes. So as far as possible, I'll try to separate the lashes. And look at the difference between this eye and this eye. How stunning. So just going to do the same thing on the other eye. And when you want to, fill your lashes, I see people like going up and down, and that doesn't work. That doesn't get any of the product onto the wand. So what I like to do is I close it and then I open it, because that twisting motion actually helps get the product onto the wand. I don't remember who said that, but I remember hearing that somewhere and it logically made sense to me. So doing the same process, coating the top of the lashes first and then going bottom to top with a wiggle. And with this eye, I kind of struggle to cover the entire eyelash. So you need to like do this and this. It's a little tricky. Like you need to angle your brush at different angles to make sure all your lashes are coated. And there you go. How pretty are the lashes? And instantly I feel my face is lifted, my eyes look more awake with just the kajal and the liner. I feel like it looks natural without looking too overpowering. Amazing, amazing. So for the face, the first step that I like to do is a bit of color correcting. This is a Lift Tinted Huestick and this is in the shade Rise. It's a correct color corrector. It's like a peachish, it's like an actually full-on orange color corrector, which I need to use because I don't know if you can notice, but I do have pigmentation on my chin, around my eyes, and maybe the sides of my nose. So it's literally like a crayon. So Just dabbing it here, dabbing it here, then on the sides of my nose, then definitely all across my chin. Like my mouth area is where I feel there's like a lot of pigmentation. Then because I'm going to load up on concealer here, some over here. And this is how it looks. This is from Real Techniques. It's like a fluffy brush that just helps blend some of the product. But using a brush will take time though. To be fair, I think this might work better with powders, but it's kind of working with this. Technically, should use something more dense like this concealer brush. But I like it. Only thing is it takes time, but at least most of the product stays on the face. I've tried this with sponges, but the problem with sponges is a lot of the product gets onto the sponge. So even though you have control, there's a lot of product wastage. By the way, the reason I use a color corrector is that the orange of the color corrector interacts with the darkness on my face and cancels it out. Now, I could use concealer directly without a color corrector, but it would make parts of my face look ashy, which I don't want. Not bad at all. It worked pretty decently. So this is the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer, and this is in the shade Cusco, which is like in the medium category. So I like to work this in sections. So I literally like to use like 2-3 drops here. And the way I like to go in is like dab it all over. And I like to work in layers. It's okay if I have to go in a couple of times, but I don't like to put a lot in one go. Just couple more here. And I'm going to use the viewfinder because I need both my hands for this. I just like using my fingers to blend this product in. It's literally like a tinted moisturizer, so apply it like how you would apply any moisturizer. Of course, if you have dry skin, then you have to be careful because it might catch on to the drier parts of your face. I have combination skin. I've used a couple of hydrating products in my skincare, so I don't find that I struggle with that too much. Now for the forehead. This is why I do my eyebrows after my face, because you know when you're doing all of this, the product can get into your eyebrows. So, and that's fine, you have other eyebrow products to fix it. And then you look closely if it's blended well or not. And so I'm going to zoom you in further. So you can see it's pretty much sunk into the skin. And the reason I like this is because it gives my skin an even tone, you know. So I feel like it evens stuff out, and a lot of the natural pigmentation, shadows of my face have disappeared. It really doesn't feel like you have any heavy foundation on your skin. So I would call this like a pretty light to medium coverage. Like you can still see my blemishes peeking through, and that's absolutely fine. Like here, here. That feels good, that looks good. I'm really liking the way this is looking. Using the concealer to lighten some parts of my face that I feel need that help, you know. Around my eyes, like the dark circles. So basically remember where we use the color corrector, that's where. So using a bit here. Using a bit around the sides of my nose. Then I want to give this like a natural lift. So using a bit here and then using it all around my mouth because there is still darkness. So because the area around my mouth I find is slightly darker than the rest of my face. And then make sure there's stuff here, and you can see it was all just one swipe. I think I need some more. Just a tad bit.
Someone new so far away are the days that I used to have someone right beside me. Now I can find in my phone.
Yeah. And then a bit on the center of my nose, because you want to like add that light. Then on the center of my forehead. So now I have this Huda Beauty Conceal and Blend brush. So there is this side which is a concealer side, and I'm going to just blend this with this brush, and let's see.
It's tiring, just wanna feel something. Lonely nights talking the pixels. I don't go out, don't intermix with the crowd, and I wonder why I'm sitting all alone.
You know, I don't like this brush so much. So let's see if I have another. I have this Real Techniques pointed foundation brush, which I've always liked for concealer. So this gives me a bit more control. The brushes are a bit more dense. That one was a bit too light. You can use your fingers also for this. I'm just using this because my fingers already have the foundation, you know.
Staring at my phone, or I just want a connection. Is that so hard to ask for? I just want something that's real, that's alive.
On camera it doesn't show so much, but in person it's not blended out well. I think it's because of the brushes I'm using. So now I'm just going to go in with my fingers finally to really blend everything out. Almost like tapping motions. I don't know how technical this is, but it's just intuitive for me that if I just press this into my skin, it'll blend better. Just need a bit of tapping, which is difficult to do with a brush. You can definitely do it with a sponge or your fingers. With the sponge, like I said, the problem that happens is the product gets onto the sponge as well, so that leads to product wastage. So I think the face is really almost done. Now I have this Huda Beauty Cream Contour Tantor. It's a contour and bronzer cream in the shade medium. I haven't used this in ages. It's the shade medium, and I think it does look quite deep, but when you blend it out it's fine. And I am not an expert at bronzer or contouring. I don't have much practice in it. I don't do it much, but I'm going to try. So I'm using the square foundation brush again from Real Techniques, just stippling it onto the product like so. So this is where my cheekbones sort of end, so I think I should contour till there.
Don't want no white noise on the other line. I just want a connection. Is that
Just stippling it in. I don't know if this is the right way to use it. And from here to here.
so hard to ask for? I just want something that's real, that's alive. Don't want no phone static.
My fear with contour is always I feel like the sides are sometimes not even, which is why I feel like I don't necessarily need it. But technically when you put foundation products, concealer, etc., it becomes one even tone, so your face starts lacking depth, which is why bronzing and contouring helps. I have this like beauty blender type thingy. It's dry, but let's see if that works better. Yeah, much better. But again, it almost looks like it's not there. So you can see, even though it was dark, it really blends out very light.
Phone static on. Phone static on.
Did that work? Did the contour work? Let me know in the comments below. I think it worked, but it's so subtle it's hard to say. So I have this Pat McGrath under eye powder with this Real Techniques brush. I don't know if you can see it. It's literally going up in fumes, the powder. And while it is an under eye powder, I like using it all over. It's a super finely milled powder, which I really like. So using the powder to set under my eyes, on my cheeks. Can you see the difference between this eye and this eye? It's all powder. Brilliant. Look at the difference, this side and this side. Amazing. So any excess I like just dusting all over, but majority of the powder I like using on my under eye It's honestly such a good powder for the under eye. And any like shiny parts of the face, like cheeks, I want to keep it a bit dewy. I didn't contour the nose. I personally don't think I needed to. But you can always contour the sides of your nose as well. And then just see it in action. A bit of acne peeks through, but that's fine, that's normal. And I like that, you know, my face still has a bit of glow from the skincare prep I've done. So I don't have to worry too much about looking dead or unreal. And for blush, I have this House Labs blush in the shade Hibiscus Haze. A very pretty pink, cool pink blush. I think will look really nice on the apples of my cheeks. The way I like to collect the brush is I swirl. Then I tap a bit. And then the reason I'm smiling is so I can find the apples of my cheeks. And then brush it upwards. So it lifts your face up. If you put it here and brush it downwards, it works depending on your face shape and how wide your face is. But for me, I think this works best. Ooh, that looks really nice. I think it looks really pretty. Now my eyebrows, to be honest, feel fine to me because you don't want to look like you've done too much makeup. And so I'm not going to be using an eyebrow pencil, but I'm using like an eyebrow gel. So this is like the standard Benefit Gimme Brow Plus in the shade 5. Yeah, you rub this through your eyebrows just to fill in any gaps, just to add a bit more color back to the face. Like, it's not going to give you like a sculpted look by any means. And you can see it's a very slight difference between this eye and this eye. It just works with your natural shape, the natural state of your eyebrows, and just gives it a bit more color. So you can see the contrast between this side and this side. So that is my face, eyebrows all done. Now on to lips. And obviously keeping in with the eyes, the blush, I wanted to do a pink lip. I have the MAC lip pencil in Soar.
I'm tired of being by myself, but it's better for my mental health. I do not like anybody here, so why do I care? I tell myself that I just need to have someone right beside me.
Then I have this Natasha Denona lip color in the shade Avril. It's like a nice nudish pink on my skin.
Or else I'm nothing, but for me, I'd rather be alone than with some people that I don't know. Lonely nights talking the pixels.
Slightly cool tone. I wonder if warm tone would have been better, but I like it. I think in person it looks pretty nice. The finishing touch is a bindi. Any bindi will do because this is an Indian look. I mean, I feel like what makes this Indian is literally the bindi. Everything else you can use it for any other everyday work look as well. And it just instantly looks so pretty. And finally, absolute finishing touch is some finishing spray. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Waiting for it to dry. I'll just come back once it's dried. And there you have the complete look. I think it's very pretty, very subtle, enhances my features, and I think it's a very sweet look. So you have used makeup, you have enhanced your features, but it's not in your face, it's not overpowering. In that way, I guess it's demure and graceful and very considerate and mindful. Just to be clear, I don't think anybody has to be demure, anybody has to be mindful. You do you do what works for you, you do what you like. But I just thought it was a fun trend to take inspiration from and create a look like this. I think the pink works really well, and I think it's very simple. It's not too time consuming. If I weren't talking through everything that I was doing, I would be done in 15-20 minutes with this look. So I think it's so suitable for a lot of different occasions like work, a morning function, or even a special function in college. That's my opinion. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you want me to do the opposite of this, like a super sultry hot makeup look, let me know. I'm happy to do that as well. It's always fun to play with makeup. That's about it. I hope you found this video helpful, useful, slightly entertaining. If you like me, like this video, like the vibes of this channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing and joining the community. I love playing a lot with beauty. I love talking about beauty, and I'm sprinkling in a few of my lifestyle videos as well. Anyway, that's all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you around. Bye.
I don't go out, don't intermix with the crowd.